Hey guys, welcome to First Chapter Fridays. My name is Trevor, and this is the Portsmouth Public Library's program where we read you the first chapter of a great book to get you hooked. Today's book is called Blight by Alexandra Duncan. This is a sort of survival dystopian kind of thing. In the future, all the crops are very limited, so they are protected by armed guards. And you have things like thieves coming in to try to steal some of the crops. And during the course of the book, a blight begins to not only wipe out all of the plant life, but the blight begins to affect humans as well. So let's get started. Chapter 1, Corn, Zia Mays. I brace the rifle against my shoulder and press my eye to the sight. The night pulses with cricket chirps and the deep, throaty calls of frogs somewhere in the neighboring forest. The moon is long gone down. 2 scavengers outside the south perimeter. I mutter into my comms. Engage? Hold. Craig's voice crackles back to me. Scanning. The wind stirs, lifting my hair and carrying the scent of new corn over the company fields, up to the guard nest where I stand. I pull back my rifle's bolt and chamber around in preparation, then follow the scavengers with my scope. There are 2 of them this time, thin things in drab clothes, about 30 yards out. 1 male, 1 female. They run forward at a crouch. Approaching the fence, I tell Craig. Metal glints in the moonlight. I refocus my scope. One of them, the man, clutches a pair of wire cutters. The other one will have the sacks then. She scuttles through the brush, 2 hanks of long, matted blonde hair escaping her hood. Permission to engage. Craig's voice flares in my headset. Looks like we have some repeat offenders out tonight. Fire when ready. I steady the rifle and find the man's forehead in my sights. He kneels beside the fence, already making fast work of the chain links between the first run of the razor wire. Gotcha. I move my finger to the trigger. Just then, he whips his head up to say something to his accomplice, and the moonlight catches his face. He's young. My age, maybe a little older, but his dark hair sticks up as though it's been cut with a blunt knife. The girl grips his hand and strokes the back of his palm with her thumb. My throat closes. Tempest, Craig's voice cuts in. What are you waiting for? Take him out. I swallow, refit my eye to the scope. The boys cut 2 links already. Any second, they'll have a hole big enough to wiggle through. Old enough to know better. I try to talk myself up to it. Old enough to have made this choice. He's stealing the company's lifeblood, stealing the food straight from my mouth. He's a shirk, a parasite, living off of hard-working people. But for some reason, I can't shoot. Tempest! Craig shouts. You deaf girl, fire! His voice jolts me into action. On instinct, I drop my sight from the boy's head to his hand and fire. The cutters fly from his fingers exactly as the rifle's recoil jostles my shoulder, ruining my view. A smothered yelp echoes through the night. All right, guys, that was the first chapter of Blight by Alexandra Duncan. If you're interested in this or other survival dystopian sort of fiction, please feel free to come into the library or give us a call at 740-354-5688, and we'd love to pair you up with your next great read. Thanks for joining.